First thing that I always look at is kind of like the midsection of the body. I really am into body line and how does the body like sit in the water. Because I don't think it really matters. Like it does to be specific on what someone's goals are and what their stroke is or the race that they're looking for. But like you could be a breaststroker, and if you have a crap body line, then like your breaststroke's not going to be fast. So I always work from the center, and then kind of go out to the hyper specifics. And like I saw a blog on your website that was like the high elbow catch is really hard to get into, and it is. But like when you dive into that like more like biomechanical side of swimming and the people that speak, I think hardcore technique all the time, like they always focus on those insane details, which like not a lot of people can do. And it creates a lot of buzz. There might be that one swimmer that's super hypermobile that has that ability to do all that. But then it's like, well, what's going on with their body, or how is their body line situated? Can they even float? Like that's more important to me. I think you get like a bigger bang for your buck focusing there, and then seeing how to manipulate that, and then how you manipulate it, or if you get it any better, then like working out to the smaller arms and legs.
Yeah, it's a quote that I heard. I can't remember who I heard it from, but it's you should swim from the inside out, meaning it's got to start from your core and then it can move out to the extremities, because without that core or body line, without that in place,
Mm-hmm.
then you're just going to be disconnected and things won't work well together. So yeah, it's got to start from the inside out. And the other sort of like the three words, posture, line, balance. I think it's Richard Quick, coach in the States, used to always sort of talk about posture, line, and balance.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's such a great starting point, because with all of those in place, again, then you can work on the catch and those other things. So is there any sort of any ways that you would typically go about helping people with their body line?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of already gave maybe like a little tidbit of that away, but some of the first things I do is take someone, especially if you're looking at like adult swimmers. I feel like a lot of times, unless they have a swimming pass, uh, they don't they miss a lot of those like fundamental components of a learn to swim program, like blowing bubbles, like floating on your back, floating on your stomach, like understanding how their body responds in the water. And so, at first I feel like I always get a little bit of like grumbling when it's like I'm dealing with an older athlete and I'm like, can you float? And they're like, no. And it's like, okay, but like you realize like that is essentially what you're doing. And if you can't float, then you're going to be doing things in your strokes to like survive through that stroke, because, subconsciously your body is like, well, I don't want to drown. So like even though that person fully knows how to swim and probably can swim pretty well, like there's still that animalistic side of humans that it's like if you're not comfortable in this water environment, then it's not going to make for the smoothest of strokes. So I'll do different drills that have to do with like kind of air cycling, like how you should breathe, how to be more comfortable with like a lower heart rate, trying to get people to float as well as they can. Just getting back to those like fundamental stages of a learn to swim process. Because if someone learns how to swim through the internet, a lot of times that's not really involved in adult swimming videos.